For more than 2 millennia, the Jews of Ethiopia have climbed the steep slopes of the Simeon Mountains to commemorate their covenant with God. Facing toward Jerusalem, the community would pray for salvation and for their return to Zion during this holy day of fast and prayer. Today, Sigd is celebrated here in Israel as well as in Ethiopia. Nearly 20,000 Ethiopian Jews, half of the community, has arrived. Their prayers are now for those left behind, that they soon will join them and the community be made whole and free.
My name is Akiva, and I came from Ethiopia, and I'm now 12th grade. And I came here without my parents. My parents, they are still in Ethiopia. They are suffer from the different problems that they have. I don't know now where they are.
What was the last thing your mother said before you left?
She told me that it's very difficult to leave me and to let me go and to separate from me. But it's a dream of 1,000 years. So maybe it's time just to decide. That's what she said.
Did she hope to come and meet you?
Every day and every night.
I am very happy in Israel. I like it very much. But the problem is still continue because my parents not here. And every day I miss for my parents. And when I go to school, I think about my parents, and I can't sleep.
They are our brethren. We have heard about this legendary tribe for generations. And we, as Israeli kids, we were raised on the stories of Eldad Hadani, and there was this enchanting Jewish tribe beyond the river, Sambat Yon, who observed the Sabbath, who would fight their enemies in order to maintain their identity. And here one day, 1980, out of the blue sky, the first 17 arrive. It wasn't just a challenge. From the first moment, we realized that these children are going to enrich our lives in a way that we have never dreamt of.
When children arrive in Israel without parents or family to help them, this is one of the places they come. Yemen Ord, near Haifa, is a youth aliyah village whose singular purpose is to nourish children from all parts of the world. For many Ethiopian children, orphaned by circumstance, this is home until their parents arrive.
Things may look perfect around here. Kids are busy all day, kids are happy, kids have a very strong sense of belonging to the place. It may be very deceiving when you see those kids.
Dr. Chaim Perry, the school's director, is deeply committed to the plight of the Ethiopian children and their families.
Leaving home and doing all the way through the Sudan to Israel, being exposed to dangers that one cannot even imagine. I mean, we have kids here that were caged in caves for months, molested by militiamen, kids who had to do the most terrible things in order to survive. Take one boy who had to kill birds, drink their blood in order to make it through the desert. Take those children that were bestowed with responsibility to their younger brethren, and they lost them on the way. We speak about kids that have already lived a few lifetimes.
My father found a guide that he knows the way from Ethiopia to Sudan, and he paid $200 for him, and he took her to desert. In the middle of the way, the guide ran away from us, and we stayed alone. And the murderers and the robbers and the kidnappers came and took our property and all of the things which we had. Even they wanted to kill us, but we saved by America. It was the most difficult thing which I have seen in my life, because the babies and the older man, children, were killed by robbers and murderers.
Did you see people who died?
I saw 10 people died on my eye. It was very difficult to describe you, because when I remember it, I have no word to tell you.
Stunned by separation, the children's silent pain is revealed through their art.
Raphael is an artist in a true sense of the word. He doesn't talk. He doesn't express himself verbally. His eyes talk, and his art talks. You have to bear in mind that these children come from a culture where you're expected to keep everything deep inside your belly. The belly, hod in Amharic, is the center where your feelings are, and that's where you're supposed to keep them. They are yours. You don't expose them. And if you feel deep, deep in your heart, left alone, worried, you should keep it there.
At the night, when you start to dream about your village that you grew up there, the rivers and the lakes, everything that you can't forget it. from age 1, every day you heard about Jerusalem, and little by little they tell you that your home is not Ethiopia, your home is just in Jerusalem.
We have been, as educators, put in front of children whose motivation to learn is so genuine, Jewish. Their Jewish identity is an ultimate expression of what genuine Judaism is. These are kids that since they knew to utter the first words, it was Jerusalem, Zion, their whole attitude to everything they saw here, every tree, every mountain, every river, everything was, this is holy, this is mine.
I prayed at my parents. I prayed to God that my parents will come here. I wanted them. I prayed many prayers in Amharic and Hebrew, of course. Many prayers I prayed in order God help to them, to my parents.
The last thing I heard from my parents, they said, "Son, the way that you were as a child, the way we helped you in school, the way we raised you, now you have to return to us the good things, son. And we need help. We feel abandoned, like a dog without a master that wanders through the villages. You help us. Help us, son." And that's what they said in the letter. And me and my brother cried and cried.
I believe that the whole Ethiopian experience is really a mirror in which the entire Israeli society and maybe the Jewish people is viewing itself. And it is in our hands to contribute something in order to make it something that history will judge favorably, that we did the right thing. The first urge would be, don't wait. This is a bloodshed. Wasting time now is shedding our dear ones' blood. Don't deal with organization, with preparing, with all kinds of rationale. Do what a Zionist has to do. There is a Jew outside Israel whose life is in jeopardy. He wants to come. You have the instruments, you have the vehicles of bringing him. So go and get them. That's what the children expect.
Not only my mother's dream, it's everyone's dream is to be together.